shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
You probably want to grab that jacket as you head out the door. It's chilly out there. 37 in Roxborough. We're looking at mid-40s around the Triangle. I'll show you how low it will go this morning.
Today, we will learn more about Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson's investigation into a recent CNN report. His plan to talk about the allegations that he made racist and sexually explicit comments on a porn website.
Also, a concerning incident at a Chatham County elementary school when a registered sex offender was arrested at a Halloween event.
Shocking, because this is the first time anything like this has happened since I've been here.
We'll hear from parents who say this incident was a big wake-up call.
And final preparations for the state fair are happening today. How inspectors are making sure you and your family will be safe while enjoying all the fair festivities. They inspect every ride as they are set up to ensure your safety. Hello, everyone. It is 4:31. A lot to tell you about on this big week with the State Fair. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Jeff Hogan. Yeah, unlike their road show, which travels all around, we stay right here for you, right at this very spot here this morning on our Tuesday. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center. That chill is in the air. It's pretty clear out there and cool.
It is beautiful, and there's almost a full moon out there, too. If you happen to catch it, it looks beautiful before sunrise. Taking a live look at downtown Raleigh here in front of the Legislative Building. The flags are barely moving, so we don't have much of a breeze out there, but it is chilly. 45. The dew point's way down at 39, so that's one of the coldest dew points that we've seen, and one of the coolest temperatures that we've seen, too. And because it's still 4:30, we have at least another hour and a half to 2 hours to see the temperatures fall, and they'll probably fall a little bit more. The warmest spot is 50 in Fayetteville. It's 37 in Roxborough, elsewhere mainly in the mid-40s. And these temperatures are a lot cooler than yesterday, anywhere from about 15 to a little over 20 degrees colder. 20 exactly there in the Triangle. So big change coming our way. We'll see increasing clouds. Temperatures will drop into will only be in the mid-60s for this afternoon. And we do have a small chance for rain overnight. We're going to walk through that chance of rain coming up. There's now a 60% chance that we could see another tropical system developing here in the Atlantic. But we take a look at the model plots, and it does not look like it's headed toward the United States. Of course, it may be something that has a larger impact across parts of the Caribbean. So that's something that we'll look at a little more closely coming up.
Elizabeth, thanks. Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson plans to give an update this morning on his investigation into a recent CNN report. The report says Robinson made racist and sexually explicit comments on a pornographic website more than a decade ago. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live from the Lieutenant Governor's office in Raleigh. Kelsey, the allegations have complicated his run for governor.
Renee, they sure have, and Robinson has denied those allegations this morning. He'll be giving an update about that. It's going to be at his office, in a September CNN report alleges that Robinson made lewd and racist comments on a porn site, including saying he was, quote, a black Nazi, and wrote posts expressing support for reinstating slavery. Robinson hired a law firm to investigate how they originated and said he would, quote, go after CNN.
We're going to take them to task, folks. This is pure out election interference is what it is. Exactly what it is.
And so far, Robinson hasn't provided any evidence to disprove the reporting. We reached out to CNN to request for a comment. We're still waiting to hear back. That news conference is scheduled for this morning at 9 o'clock. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
This morning, about 200,000 homes in Florida are still without power after Hurricane Milton. That's according to the utility tracker poweroutage.us. Analysts estimate Florida communities suffered more than $100 billion of damage in the storm. It's leaving a lot of people with the tough decision of whether to wait for FEMA grants or pay for repairs now. Lines for gas in Florida are starting to shorten. According to Gas Buddy, the percentage of stations in the state without gas is now about 17%. Just days ago, it was about twice that. Still, though, about half of the stations in the Tampa Bay region are without gas.
This morning, we expect an update from emergency officials in Western North Carolina on the recovery effort happening after Helene. Governor Roy Cooper will be joined by officials from FEMA, the North Carolina National Guard, and the DOT. That update is expected at 10:30 this morning, so make sure to watch WRAL News at noon for that new information. After that, Cooper plans to visit a disaster recovery center in Asheville to meet with volunteers. He will then travel to a community care station in Swannanoa that's providing hot meals to community members and emergency responders.
Elections officials in Western North Carolina are working to get polling locations up and running. 10 polling places will be open early for early voting in Buncombe County. More than 14,000 people have requested absentee ballots, and nearly 1,500 people have already returned their ballots. Mail-in ballots can be requested until October 29th.
We have a voter's guide for you on our website. It has more information about same-day registration, all the important dates you need to know, as well as information on voter ID and how to vote by mail. Go to WRAL.com and search Election 2024.
Today, Wake County Schools leaders will talk about the feedback they've gotten to their student reassignment plan for next school year. A few thousand students will be affected by the opening of 4 new schools in Apex and Fuquay-Varina. The district has held several open houses in recent weeks for people to give their thoughts about the plans. The school board will talk about that feedback at a work session today. It starts at 3:30. They plan to view and vote on a final draft of the plan November 26th.
A registered sex offender is in jail after he was arrested during a Halloween event at a local elementary school. 62-year-old Mark Knight was arrested at a trunk or treat at Bennett Elementary in Chatham County last week. Knight is prohibited from stepping onto a school campus. According to the Chatham County Sheriff's Office, a deputy at the event recognized Knight. After verifying his status as a registered sex offender, the deputy took Knight into custody. Parents we talked with say they are shocked but grateful for the deputy's work.
It is scary initially. Of course, you know, anytime there's a child predator around kids, but very thankful for our community and that the issue was solved and taken care of swiftly, just so that, you know, there is a safeness here in a tight community.
Knight was released on bond. He's due in court October 28th. The sheriff's office says it will continue to ensure events like these remain safe spaces for students and their families.
The candidates for state superintendent of public schools met for a debate in Southern Pines, and they were asked what their priorities would be with the General Assembly. Republican candidate Michelle Morrow answered first, followed by Democratic candidate Mo Green.
We have been fighting, as I stated before, to get boys out of girls' sports, to focus on academics rather than political and social activism.
So I'll focus on funding issues when the General Assembly comes back into session, so that we can focus on things like teacher compensation.
Public School Forum of North Carolina sponsored last night's debate.
With just 2 days until the North Carolina State Fair begins, inspectors are checking rides this morning to make sure they are safe for you and your family. WRAL's Laura Levine joins us live from the State Fairgrounds. And Laura, this is an important process because people's safety depend on it.
Absolutely. Good morning, Renee. And inspectors will be here making sure that these rides are safe and ready to go. Just like the chaos here behind me, we know that those inspections were already underway, but they want to make sure just ahead of opening day on Thursday that, you know, that they're ready to go. So this morning we'll get a firsthand look at the process of how they are checked. And this year, inspectors are on the midway evaluating close to 100 rides. The last time there was an incident involving a ride at the State Fair was back in 2013. The Vortex was a ride at the North Carolina State Fair that malfunctioned and injured 5 people. The Department of Labor has several guidelines now to ensure safety. Amusement rides are inspected each time they are moved and reassembled at different locations across the state. The ride inspectors certify only the amusement devices that meet the manufacturer's specifications 100%. So amusement rides that don't pass the inspection process in this test are not certified and are not allowed to open to the public until adjustments are made and they pass the inspection. Now, new rides this year, a lot of people excited about this new state slide, a new State Fair slide, which is about 210 feet tall, and the Candyland, which is an adventure funhouse, also supersized experience. We'll have a look at the process of checking these rides at 10 o'clock this morning. Laura Levine, WRAL News, we're live in Raleigh.
Might have to get a spin down that thing when we get out there Friday.
Oh, challenge accepted.
Come on,
so ready for it.
The hunt for life beyond Earth is underway in a new way as a spacecraft makes its way towards Jupiter.
This is going to pave the way for the future, for future missions to Europa and elsewhere in our solar system.
We'll take a closer look at the mission to study an ocean world where humans could potentially live.
Plus, we'll tell you about a food recall you'll want to know about before eating lunch today. The risk of listeria detected in certain meal kits.
That cold front has moved through our area. You will feel it when you step outside. This is a live look in Zebulon this morning. Good morning to you. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will tell us when we can expect the coldest air we have felt in nearly 6 months.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
It is 4:43 and it's a chilly start already. Looking at 45 in Durham and in Raleigh, 50 degrees right now in Fayetteville. Our skies are currently clear and it's going to be a pretty start to the day. But this afternoon we'll see increasing clouds and there could be a little bit of light rain overnight tonight. We'll check that out coming up on Futurecast in just a few minutes. But the coat will feel really good. Our temperatures are 15 to 20 degrees colder than they were this time yesterday. So don't let that surprise you. 46 degrees or so as you're headed out the door this morning. And of course, the kids at the bus stop, you'll likely see them in jackets or coats this morning. Temperatures will be in the 40s all the way up until around 9 a.m. At lunchtime, 61, and it'll be a cool high this afternoon at 65 degrees. Coming up, again, we're going to talk a bit more about some rain overnight.
The parents of an Israeli-American hostage executed by Hamas say world leaders need to take urgent action to secure the release of the remaining hostages. Otherwise, they say more families will get the same devastating news they did. Hirsch Goldberg Poland was executed by Hamas along with 5 other hostages. His father says when he and his wife voiced concerns that Hamas might execute the hostages, Israeli officials told them that was highly unlikely. Well, now Goldberg Poland's parents say the world failed their son and the other hostages who were killed.
Hirsch and all the hostages, and by extension all the hostage families, were pawns in a game. And pawns in chess are expendable.
Goldberg Poland's parents have been among the most vocal of the hostage families, pushing leaders to seek a deal. They've met regularly with top officials in Washington to press the case of the hostages.
FEMA is back to normal operations in western North Carolina. Things were put on hold over the weekend after someone threatened FEMA workers. The Rutherford County Sheriff's Office arrested 44-year-old William Parsons of Bostic. They say he threatened workers in the Lake Lure and Chimney Rock areas. FEMA inspectors had to cancel some appointments, but say the threats did not limit search and rescue operations.
A heads up before you pack your lunch today. There are some meal kits sold in North Carolina that are being recalled because of a possible listeria contamination. The meal kits were sold under the brand names Bistro 28 and Don Pancho. They could contain chicken that's been recalled due to a listeria risk. If you bought these meal kits, you should return them to the store for a full refund or throw them out.
It's a question as old as humanity itself. Are we alone? A NASA mission is working to answer that. After blasting off from Florida's Kennedy Space Center yesterday, a spaceship is now on a nearly 2 billion mile journey to one of Jupiter's moons called Europa. After a 6-year travel period, the spacecraft will study what scientists believe is an ice-covered ocean on the moon and determine if life can survive on Europa. It's estimated the moon's ocean contains twice as much water as the oceans here on Earth.
We believe that Europa has the conditions that are suitable for life: the water, the energy, the chemistry, the stability.
And that's on one of its moons. Clipper is carrying 9 instruments and a gravity experiment to investigate the ocean beneath Europa's thick ice shell. The $5 billion mission began as concept in 2013. Clipper is the largest spacecraft NASA has ever built for a planetary mission.
It's only going to take about 6 years or so, right, to get to its destination. We have a comet right now, but we also have some chilly weather out there. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center for us.
Wouldn't it be fun if we could see it from one of the cameras? I don't think we're going to be able to see it from one of our sky cams, but we've got some great photos that you guys have sent us, so we're going to take a look at some of those for sure. We take a live look here at downtown Raleigh to start with. We do have clear skies, so it's great to get out and at least take a look at the moon. 45 degrees is our temperature. Our dew point's 39, so it's chilly, and it will be chilly all morning long, even all the way up until the kids get into school this morning. Temperatures are going to be in the 40s, and then we'll climb into the low 60s around lunchtime. Checking the temperatures heading out the door: 37 in Roxborough, 39 Lewisburg, 38 Henderson, 38 Siler City, mid 40s Durham, Raleigh, Wilson, Goldsboro's down to 43 right now. We head to the south, more 30s, 38 Robbins, 39 in Sanford. It is 50 in Fayetteville. That's our warmest spot, 43 in Smithfield. So it is chilly everywhere. And that's true for a good chunk of the country, especially the northern half. Parts of the mountains also have a freeze watch and a frost advisory. We don't have that yet, but we could see that potentially later this week. We'll be watching closely for that. If it feels chilly, yeah, it is. Our normal low is 51. And of course, we're looking at 46 degrees tomorrow morning. So again, it's cold tomorrow morning as well. And then upper 30s Thursday and Friday. We're going to see another cold front that comes through that drops our temperatures even farther. And then in the 40s all the way into the weekend. So get those coats out and you're going to be aware of them. Let's talk about that comet A3 right now. If you look toward the western sky, part of the problem at the moment is we have a really bright moon. So that makes it a little bit harder to see. But it's very close to sort of tree line right now. But by the time we get another 10 days down the line, it'll be up a little higher, might be a little bit easier to see. Just get out and look toward the western sky. And I love this. Austin Smith from Ramsar sent us this photo, kind of like the aurora borealis. Your cell phone will pick it up a lot better than your naked eye. We would love to see any of your Weather Watcher photos. Go to WRAL.com and search Weather Watchers. Satellite and radar showing a little bit of rain up to our north right now. That slides in across our area along with the cold front. Overnight tonight, we're going to stay nice and dry for today, but we'll see some clouds in the afternoon. And notice in the evening, we see some light patchy rain. We could still see some of that first thing tomorrow morning, and then we'll see some clearing in the afternoon. But that's going to usher in some even colder air. Look at that Wednesday, just 59 degrees. That just seems crazy. First day of the state fair looks lovely but chilly. It'll be jacket weather for sure. Overnight lows in the 30s. And then look at this. We have a beautiful weekend in our forecast with temperatures in the 70s. A little something in the tropics. We'll take a closer look at that again coming up.
That is a nice stretch of good-looking weather. Elizabeth, thanks. The State Fair opens in just 2 days, but some of the fun is already starting. The prize is on the table today for the giant pumpkin and watermelon competition.
Plus, you have the once-in-a-lifetime chance to see that comet shooting across the sky over the next few days. We'll give you some of those amazing views from people in the Triangle who have already spotted it.
What do a football fan, a pop fan, and a hip-hop fan have in common? They all say their tickets were stolen through Ticketmaster. 5 on your side's Keely Arthur tells you what you need to know about this scam and how she has already helped 2 people get their tickets back.
Just this month, 5 on Your Side has received 5 complaints on the topic, including this one. The issue? Consumers purchase tickets, get hacked, and the tickets are transferred elsewhere. Kirk and Maya Bryson are regulars on dad-daughter outings. So when Pink announced her November show at the Lenovo Center, they didn't hesitate.
It's like he saw the tickets and asked me if I wanted to go.
Do you have any favorite Pink songs?
I don't know. I kind of like all of them. I don't want to pick a favorite.
Bryson spent over $300 on 2 tickets, but a month before the November 11th concert, they were transferred out of his account. Candace Elliott also lost over $800 worth of tickets for the NCA&T homecoming concert she bought for her daughter and friends.
It said that my tickets had been claimed in my email. And I'm like, I didn't know what they were talking about. So I went back to the Ticketmaster site, and that's where I saw a hacker had gotten to the account and took all 8 of the tickets.
In a statement to 5 on Your Side, Ticketmaster wrote, quote, "Scammers are looking for new cheats across every industry, and tickets will always be a target because they are valuable." Adding, fans can protect themselves by setting a strong, unique password. But that's something Bryson did.
Like following their Facebook page and things like that, that people have been missing shows because of it. Oh, wow. Well, we're going to work really hard to make sure it doesn't come to that. I really want you two to go and send me some pictures.
Just hours after the interview, Bryson got his tickets back. Same with Divyesh Parel of New Hill, who reached out after his daughter's Taylor Swift tickets were transferred. Bryson writing back, Maya is very happy.
One thing viewers can do is try to transfer your tickets right away. You can do this if you have a smartphone. And of course, this problem is affecting venues in other states. We're also helping a local family get their New Orleans Saints tickets back. If you run into this problem, don't hesitate to call Keeley. Keeley Arthur, 5 on your side.
State Fair will hold its Way Off for the Giant Pumpkin and Watermelon contest today. There are 22 pumpkins and 14 watermelons in the running. Top 3 pumpkin winners will take home between $1.50 and $3 per pound for their prize. And the top 3 watermelon winners will be awarded between $3 and $6 per pound. And there's a $2,500 bonus to be paid to any world record-breaking watermelon. That current record stands at 350.5 pounds. The winners will be displayed in the Expo Center.
People in our area are getting a once-in-a-lifetime glimpse at a newly discovered comet. An astronaut captured this photo of it from the International Space Station. The comet is now making its closest approach to Earth. Now, people spotted it in North Carolina. This was taken over Jordan Lake last night. Scientists say you can look in the western sky just after sunset to see it over the next few days. The comet won't be visible from Earth again for another 80,000 years.